Here we are again. Now we're going to discuss question 4 of problem B on the handout 6.2 calculations from equations using the mole. I remind you we are going to be using the method 2 explained in unit 5.3 of the IGCS ebook, our textbook, and not method 1 of mass ratio. I'll point that out in a minute again. Question 4 reads, what is the mass of CO2 formed using a certain amount, 20.04 grams of I2O5 diiodine pentaoxide and an excess of carbon monoxide? Excess means that you have got more than enough, more than is really necessary. This means that all the I2O5 will be used up, limiting the reaction, and there will be carbon monoxide over. So we're going to use the calculation procedure, the chemical calculation procedure. Step 1 has already been given as the chemical calculation, and also our MR values in step 2 are already calculated for us. To create a bit of space, I'm going to cover up the text here, and I'm going to write underneath that we are looking for the mass of the CO2, and we've been given 20.04 grams of I2O5, and we have got an excess of carbon monoxide. First thing we do, we need to go from grams to mole because we're using mole ratio. For that we are using the MR values, and you can use the unit grams per mole in MR values. So we're going to calculate now the amount of mole of I2O5, and we do that by dividing by the MR value of I2O5, which we find here, which is 334. So we take 20.04 divided by 334. Tap that into our calculator, and we find a nice round number, 0.06 mole. Now, using the mole ratio, we look back at our chemical equation, and we see that 1 mole of I2O5 reacts to become 5 mole of carbon dioxide. So our mole ratio is 1 to 5. Mole ratio of I2O5 to carbon dioxide. Why carbon dioxide? Because that's what's been asked for. So if we use 0.06, we need to multiply that by 5, and we find 0.3 mole of carbon dioxide. But we need to know how many grams, the mass. So we need to multiply this again by the MR value given here. So of CO2, so we're going to multiply 0.3 mole by 44 gram per mole. Again, I'll remind you, if you put your units, then it's very easy to see what you need to do, because mole divided by mole can be cancelled, and we are left with 0.3 times 44 is 13.2 grams of CO2. And that is our answer. We check the question. Question reads, what mass of CO2 is formed? And the answer is 13.2 grams of CO2. That's it. Hope you understand and could follow this explanation.